to my channel. My name's SKYMAN Universe and your Star Wars quote for today. In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor. Be sure to leave your Star Wars quotes for the next video down below. Before we begin, I'm just going to say that I hope you've enjoyed all of the reactions and reviews that we've done so far. If you've liked it, then be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're not already. It's been great fun doing all of these reactions. I love doing the reactions. I love doing the reviews. And I feel like doing this is like I'm watching it with you. And I've always wanted to watch Star Wars content with Star Wars fans and true Star Wars fans. And this is a means for doing that. So I really hope you've been enjoying this and what we've got through so far with Mandalorian, Clone Wars, and now Bad Batch and other future Star Wars things. I know this isn't my main channel. This is very much my nerd channel, but thank you very much for liking, subscribing, and watching these videos. Because us Star Wars fans, we stick together. And today we have made it, the season finale, final episode of Bad Batch, titled Kamino Lost. Now, personally, between you and me, I thought the Venator-class Star Destroyers destroying Kamino was already an indication that Kamino was pretty lost. Seeing the city destroyed like that, it was so heartfelt, and it meant quite a lot. And like I said, all of us who loved and enjoyed the Clone Wars, that's really sentimental to us. So I don't know if you were affected as much as I was, but I think they handled it really well. It was just like nice, somber-ish music, but it was just, they showed all the right bits, you know, all the cloning facilities and different areas of Kamino, and it's kind of like crap that actually felt like an end of an era. So the fact that the clone's homeworld is completely destroyed, our little theory of a clone uprising, I think that there's got to be something there. Maybe Rex is doing something in the sidelines and he's bringing everyone together, or defecting clones, and there's just going to be a massive battle. But I don't think that's going to be in this season. If something like that does happen, maybe Rex turns up with a bunch of defected clones to fight those 3 cruisers. I mean, well, that would just be amazing. But of course, the final episode, I'm quite excited and I'm speculating. Plus, the main thing, like the absolute cliffhanger, is now Crosshair has been taken on by Rex, and he's now with the Bad Batch again. And he said he had his inhibitor chip removed, so he's already like that. But I don't believe that, because inhibitor chips were activated, so they were all fine. The clones are all good. So we're saying that maybe Rex is not actually a nice guy. If he got his inhibitor chip removed, maybe he could have turned out to be a complete bastard. I don't know, but I assume that Crosshair was lying. I really hope he is, and I just hope they save Crosshair and he doesn't do like a heroic sacrifice thing, because you know how much I've wanted Crosshair in this group. And Bad Batch Season 2, I think, would benefit so much from having Crosshair's sort of wit. But we can discuss all of this later on. I'm just very excited to watch this final one and what this is going to include, because remember, this is going to have something in there which is going to get you excited for the next season. And now, think about Mandalorian and Luke Skywalker. We all lost our heads, and that was just that moment. I just still gives me shivers thinking about it. So if they're able to replicate something, you know, of that scale, of that magnitude, that would just be completely amazing. But anything would be pretty amazing, just to have a proper cliffhanger on here and get us really pumped and excited. I really don't know, or if I can even speculate that someone's going to be in there, because if you said, oh, Darth Vader's going to be in there, I don't think he'll fit in. The only people who I think might fit in is maybe if Ahsoka and Rex turn up at the end or something like that. I don't know, but the fact that they're still on Kamino, I love that, because I was not ready to say goodbye to Kamino, really. So this is going to be, I think, the final closure of the whole Kamino clones thing. So very excited. Let's watch this, get into it. I didn't even bring my cereal purely because I don't think there's going to be any of those moments. It's kind of weird because of that sort of nervous thing before you watch something. You just want it to be great and be really cool. So I'm kind of nervous to see what happens, and I really want Crosshair to survive in this. So let's hope that happens. Last chance to get it right, SKYMAN. Wrong again. Kamino lost. You good. Boo. Ceasefire. Oh my god. That is gone. Oh my god, look at it. I can't believe they jumped into it all actually getting properly destroyed. Oh my god. It looks amazing. It actually looks incredible. No, be careful with Crosshair. Bloody hell, this is like realistic. They're clones.
Destroyed, sir.
Sounds like Rex.
All collapsed into the sea.
How do they get the clones to do that? And the hesitancy in his voice there as well. So there's inhibitor chips. Where is everybody?
Crosshair!
Oh. Oh. Oh dear. I can't believe we've just seen it slowly descend into the sea. Quality is insane. When were they able to just make this so realistic now? Incredible. That's pretty cool. Well done, Amiga. You saved my favourite character. Hey, buddy. I just love that Crosshair's there. I'm glad they included more bits. It is sad. It's really sad. Just like saying goodbye to part of your childhood. Never thought I'd say it, but I really hope nothing happens to Amiga. It couldn't possibly happen. Go with her. Good guy, good man.
A pawn. A real leader protects his squad.
Look where that's gotten you. She's calling the shots now.
I've had a full season of it, Crosshair. We're well used to it. Yeah, not for me, thanks. There's just so many things that could go wrong in this.
You cannot change that. He cannot change that. Why are you defending me? Standing you does not mean that I agree with you.
I love it so much. I love what's going on at the moment.
I think we got a problem.
Floods, then those things. Take them to the ship. Oh. Oh god, it's the Mosasaurus, or shall I say, more appropriately, there's always a bigger fish. There's the bigger fish.
You made the wrong choice.
No. He's still so stubborn. It was bound to happen. As he's going, he's the one that... That's quite sad.
No!
Oh.
I'm going after
I thought
Azy!
he would be a good droid.
Went in.
Crosshair. Come on. Made me feel a little bit emotional. They were like, oh crap. It's the full squad.
Coming with us?
None of this changes anything.
Come on, Crosshair. Get on the ship. Just get on. Let's get on the ship. Oh my god. Come on. God damn it. Hello.
The Empire has big things planned for you.
Like what? Is that it? Don't be it. Is it? That's it. If that was a cliffhanger. Oh. What? What a terrible cliffhanger. That was rubbish. I thought it was going to be something spectacular. And saying we've got big plans, well let's see what they've been working on or something. And there it is, the season finale for Bad Batch, episode 16 is that? I think the way they went about doing that episode to me felt like all throughout they were going to get out and then something was going to happen. But then I think further as we went in, it started to feel more complicated, and then things started going wrong, and then I think deep down that was the moment I thought, well, maybe they're not going to have like some massive battle or anything at the end. Maybe it's literally just like a survival thing. The thing which bugs me with this, though, I love seeing Crosshair and him saving AZ. I thought that was really nice. And thinking that he was going to go for Hunter then, or Omega or something, but then actually save them. That to me was a defining point, that Crosshair had just changed. He's just made a decision to do something nice, and I thought that would be enough. And then him and Omega do something, but then now he's not joined again at the end, and he didn't walk on the ship. That I hate that thing where you go through so much and then it comes full circle. It's like those bloody episodes on the Clone Wars with those annoying sisters, Reefa or Rafa or something, and they went through, they escaped, and they get captured, and then they escape, and then they get captured, and then they get escape, and then they get captured, and this thing keeps going round and round. I think what would have been good here if Crosshair actually went on the ship, and then if there was something with the Empire where they come to save him or pick him up. So initially they thought, well, we'll just leave him behind, but then they thought actually he's a good asset to have. And then by that time Crosshair had already decided he's going back to the Bad Batch. Then you could have had like the Empire waiting for them on the ship just in case they did survive, and then offer him like a treaty, not a treaty. I've been watching too much of the Nemoidians, but offer him a choice to go back to the Empire, and then the Bad Batch have got to convince him again, and there's a massive standoff. That would have been really tense. It needed something tense at the end there, and it was nice to think, oh, they're out and they survived the Camino thing. I think for me it just needed something thrilling at the end to make it seem like a real cliffhanger. I don't know why I had in my head that Rex was going to turn up, Ahsoka was going to turn up, but I think it could have played really nicely if the Empire turned up. And that's the point where Crosshairs, by the end of it, says no, and that's your lot, and then see you later, Empire. And that would be really nice to see the Bad Batch going off in the distance, knowing that they're together again. But then behind all of that, what's looming is they're creating, see what the Empire are trying to create. That would have been really good. And then just know that there's a massive threat looming for them, just to say, you know, we're working on something. That's all I got from that. Yeah, we're working on a project for the Empire. I don't get why they wouldn't show that at the end. That had so much potential in here. The fact that I was getting really emotional to Crosshair in there as well, that's all good indications. And if they just twisted it just a little bit at the end, I think that could have been a really great season finale. But I don't know, how do you feel about this? Did you think there was going to be something at the end there to keep you on your edge of your seat? Because I think this is going to return next year. So now we've got Book of Boba Fett, then Kenobi, and I think Andor as well. So they're churning all of these out, which is good. Some say it's a bit of a golden age for Star Wars. I'd say Star Wars is getting better. I wouldn't say it's a golden age for Star Wars, because at the moment it's killed the Star Wars cinema. And that's the thing where my heart lies, really, is in cinema and watching Star Wars in there. That's what started off all of my love for movies. It was Star Wars at the cinema. I really think it needs some movies at the moment and not keep relying on Disney Plus, because I don't like this whole subscription nonsense. TV shows, yeah, that's fine, but don't change what could be movies into TV shows. The only thing I would change, I'd say you could probably take out about 4 or 5 episodes in there and then just turn it into a very good series. I think there were a lot of unnecessary episodes in there which didn't really do much for the story or for our own enjoyment. It just seemed very sort of fillery and unnecessary. So I was just thinking about someone in the comments, Dave Filoroni. But there were some of those episodes in there, and were they necessary to be told? I think gradual progress for enhancing the characters, yes, and getting to know them more, but for the overall story where we're so interested with the Empire and what's going on and how the Bad Batch are managing to escape from them, and the defecting clones, which I thought was just an amazing thing to see. And that moment where a bunch of them defect, that was incredible. I love that so much. So it's more so that I'm connected to the Clone Wars, really. I think my heart lies in the Clone Wars still. So the Bad Batch are good characters to follow. I love that episode with the Twi'lek ones as well, where they sort of branched out a little bit. Those are really nice episodes. Of course, the Start Order 66 was brilliant. But it's just those. I think working for Sid was a time that it really felt like it was stretching out a bit and felt a bit slow and unnecessary. I'd rather have a shorter season and include all the cool things in that season, as opposed to having episodes in there which make you think, I'm not as excited as I was with the other episodes. I want each episode to go strength to strength, and they were in here, those episodes. It was going to strength, but it kept going up and then down, and it was just very mellow, and then it went up again, exciting, and then you think, right, it's going up, but no, once again down again. And then this it was a bit up and down. Like the end of the second to last episode, that was great, that was amazing. This felt very anticlimactic at the end, which is really sad, because throughout this I was quite excited, but then I think when I realised that it was going to be an escaping survival episode where things are just going to keep going wrong and more challenging and wrong. It was cool to see how they handled the situation. It was cool to see more of Kamino destroyed, but it definitely needed the Empire at the end. If they just gone to the ship and they were all standing there, that would have been brilliant. Crosshair had an opportunity, or got given his gun or something. If he had an opportunity to actually see there and then that was his final decision, to say goodbye to the Empire and leave them forever, and then join Bad Batch. Amiga could have had something to do with that as well. Then that would have been amazing. Very heartwarming, and I would love that for the cliffhanger for the next season, because it's all the Bad Batch together. What we've got now is this exact same thing again, of Crosshair probably going to be with the Empire, and then the Bad Batch going away. Now I'd like to think that they're making an episode where there's a reason why Crosshair is going with the Empire, so it churns out some amazing episodes. But I don't know how they're going to handle that. I think the story should now sort of open up and branch out to bigger things, with Bad Batch being involved, and they needed to be together as a unit to counter all of these massive things which are about to take place for season 2. That's my reasoning, that's my thought process, that's how I felt about this episode and series. But overall, I thought it was really great fun. I love the characters. I mean, the creators, what they've made here as well, it's another advancement in animation. So much of that looks so lifelike, and the landscapes and the vistas and everything was so good. It was so much eye candy in there. I thought it was really impressive. It just goes to show all of these things combined have come together and made a really great season. Really, I could talk hours and hours about Star Wars, but anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed these. If you like this, be sure to like, subscribe to my channel. It's been a great pleasure, of course, making these, and of course, because I'm a massive Star Wars fan, I love doing it as well. So take care of yourself, and remember, the Force will be with you.